All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the latest news and rumors, and that's starting with wide receiver. How about Kendrick Bourne has officially signed his one-year tender. He will be a 49er for the 2020 season. Remember, San Francisco had placed a second-round tender on him, basically daring somebody to go ahead and sign him in free agency or else they have to pay the penalty of a second-round draft pick. Nobody did. Shocker, because Kendrick Bourne is not worth a second-round draft pick. And so he re-signs with San Francisco, a $3.2 million one-year deal to hopefully be the second best receiver on this team, the third best receiver on this team, the fourth best receiver on this team. Where will Kendrick Bourne be? You see the numbers from last year, 30 catches, 358 yards, 5 touchdowns, a lot of drops not mentioned on the screen right now, a lot of critical drops there by Kendrick Bourne. Hopefully, he kind of flourishes and blossoms into being a better player. I know he's posted on a lot of his social media websites that he is going to be a better receiver. He's been working out hard. He's been doing all the different drills in his backyard and stuff like that, working out with trainers. So hopefully he is going to be a lot better. The question then becomes, can he be wide receiver 2? Can he be wide receiver 3? Current depth chart we have right now, this one also matches with ESPN. We have him as number 2 in terms of our wide receiver, but whether Hurd steps up and takes over the 2 spot, whether they draft somebody at number 13, which we'll talk about more here in just a little bit, the question will remain how great Kendrick Bourne can be. But I wanted to get you guys the first update here on Kendrick Bourne being officially signed for the 2020 season. I guess right now, Deebo Samuel's your number 1 receiver, which is why we'll talk about number 13 overall and why it's hard to look at that depth chart and go, man, maybe we don't need a wide receiver at 13. We got to get a wide receiver at some point in the NFL draft after losing Emmanuel Sanders. Question here. This is actually very interesting. Will Bourne catch more than 4 touchdowns? Caught 5 last year. Catch more than 4 touchdowns in 2020? Type Y down below for yes. Type N down below for no. I'm hanging out in the chat just like a lot of you guys are. Again, Y down below for yes, N down below for no. If you think that Kendrick Bourne will catch more than 4 touchdowns, I sure hope Y. Barring injury, we all should be hitting Y right now. He should catch 4. I'm going to say 6 or 7 for Kendrick Bourne. I think he's going to have a better year than he did last season, but obviously we'll have to go ahead and wait and see. All right, moving on. DJ Jones officially, potentially, going to be the starter at defensive tackle. Well, he played so well last season, all before, of course, having that high ankle sprain in Week 14 and essentially ruining his season. He is the likely candidate right next to Solomon Thomas to be the starting defensive tackle Week 1 if we don't go defensive tackle and Jadeveon Clowney or Derrick Brown at number 13 overall. DJ Jones, again, the stats are not going to absolutely blow you away. It's not going to be like, oh my goodness, this guy is going to be so great. He's got to be the starting defensive tackle. I think he should be in the conversation to be the defensive tackle. You see some of the stats from this past season, 2019, only 2 sacks, 23 tackles. But again, he was rotating in there alongside, obviously, DeForest Buckner and Solomon Thomas and the rest of the crew, Ronald Blair as well, who are playing defensive tackle. Let's just say we don't go defensive tackle at all in this draft, not in the first round, not in the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. I think he might be the starter on day 1, but they will definitely rotate Solomon Thomas in there. And speaking of betting on yourself, my goodness, DJ Jones had this quote to The Athletic saying, quote, it's got a lot of steep hills around it. I've been running those the past month, and I've just been grinding. I've never been so ready to play football in my life. I'm just ready to go. Again, the interview with The Athletic where he's talking about how he's staying in shape right now as we're all kind of stuck in our houses. DJ Jones has a lot of hills by his house and is running them. You should be running them too right now. If you're bored, get outside and go run and enjoy the rest of what should be a beautiful day, hopefully, wherever you guys are watching right now. They still could go defensive line in the NFL draft. We'll go ahead and throw the top 4 D linemen in the NFL draft at D tackle. Obviously, Derrick Brown there at number 1. Jadeveon Clowney there at number 2. Blacklock's interesting sitting there at number 4 out of TCU, maybe with pick number 31. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but maybe you go wide receiver at 13 and then take Blacklock at number 31. You fill the Emmanuel Sanders hole, and then you go ahead and fill the DeForest Buckner hole as well. I would bet on it having probably DJ Jones as the real pick here. Sorry, I meant Jadeveon Clowney as the actual pick from that list of 4. Clowney will most likely be there at number 13. It's unlikely Derrick Brown will be there. We talked about this last week on the last video. Derrick Brown out of Auburn's easily the best defensive tackle, but the odds of him being there at 13 are slim to none. So if you want a DT at 13, it's going to have to be Jadeveon Clowney, but I would not be mad, honestly, with going a wide receiver at number 13 overall, waiting till 31, and then taking a defensive tackle as well. But DJ Jones, it's looking like unless they go ahead and take somebody early, he will be the starting defensive tackle going into the 2020 season. Speaking of whoever is that number 13 overall pick and number 31, they will be wearing this draft hat you see on your screen right now, which you can actually go ahead and buy. And we have a great link for you right now in the description box, chatsports.com/49draft. Again, that's the exact one. Now, You say it's a virtual draft, Thomas. We're not even going to see these guys wearing these hats on draft night. That's not true. I'm sure they're going to have cameras inside the players' houses. And then whenever they finally get to meet with the San Francisco media, that's the hat they will be wearing. So again, I'm going to go ahead and pick that one up. Chatsports.com/49draft is the place to do it. The link is in the description box. They're really, really sweet. And I need a haircut bad. I might need to buy a hat just to wear it all the time because my hair is going out of control right now with everything being closed down. Okay, it's actually some good news right now in terms of the NFC West. And Jadeveon Clowney news, it looks like Clowney is officially going to be leaving the NFC West. So he's been a problem, obviously, in the NFC West with Seattle, and he's been a problem his entire career at the defensive end spot. Not so much last year due to injury, but having to see the 49ers face him twice was never something that I enjoyed watching, knowing that he could be a game wrecker at any given moment. The thing is, though, it looks like there is basically no chance Jadeveon Clowney is going to be returning to the Seattle Seahawks. Again, we'll go ahead and throw up his stats from the past 4 seasons. You see what happened this last year. He was dealing with an injury, only 3 sacks, but still, the numbers might not just bounce off the screen as being, oh my goodness, 15, 16, 17 sacks a year. He's still one of the best pass rushers in the NFL and can completely change games whenever he is on the field. And I think we are leaning towards the idea of him not returning to Seattle. Remember, he is a free agent. He's an unrestricted free agent. He apparently wanted $20 million a year, and now it's kind of brought that back to $16, $17 million a year because nobody wants to pay him that much money because of the injury last year. It just makes a lot of sense that he's probably going to go ahead and be leaving Seattle, which is great news for us. And again, the stats last year were not that great. And even in the games against San Francisco, you see it here, 6 tackles, only 1 sack, 5 quarterback hits, and 1 forced fumble. That's in the 2 games that he played against San Francisco. But still, this is a guy who dominates. This is a guy who can be a game record. And I think the sooner he gets out of the NFC West, the better. But it's looking like he's going to go ahead and leave. I believe Mike Garofalo said, I believe he's a reporter for The Athletic, had a quote when asked about Jadeveon Clowney saying, quote, I don't know if he's going back to Seattle. The odds seem slim to none. And we can go and throw that quote on your screen right there. Again, that was Mike Garofalo on Clowney. I like what it says at the end there. Chances are slim to none. So it sounds like he's going somewhere else. The question is, where the heck is he going to go? No one seems to really know right now. Maybe the Jets, maybe the Giants. You kind of think about teams that would have $17 or $18 million to kind of toss around at Jadeveon Clowney. Those two make sense. But it's interesting that he is so dominant. He's probably going to leave the NFC West. But at the same time, he is finding a hard place to go ahead and get somewhere else. Okay, before we move on, I want to ask an NFC West question, but first, be sure to subscribe to the 49ers Report. Are we at 20,000 subs yet? If we're not, we are very, very close, which is crazy to think about how young this channel is, and we're almost at 20,000 subs. We need your guys' help. If you're watching this video right now and you're not subscribed, click the red subscribe button. That way you guys can be notified whenever we jump on the air, and you can also click the notification bell. That way you're notified as well whenever we go on the air as well. Before we move on, be sure to like this video, guys. If you think the Niners are going to win the NFC West again, we just talked about Clowney leaving Seattle. NFC West is dangerous. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very good. Might be the best division in football. But if you guys think the 49ers are going to win the NFC West, hit the like button right now. I've hit the like button like 8 times already because I'm convinced they're going to win the NFC West. It's going to be a little bit closer than people think, but I do think they're going to go ahead and win the NFC West. So if you agree with me, go ahead and click the thumbs up button, which everybody watching this video who's a 49er fan should be doing right now. Now, you know someone who thinks we're not going to win the NFC West. It's our arch rival, the Seattle Seahawks, Bobby Wagner. Wagner apparently thinks that the Seahawks are the team in the NFC West. So Wagner to ESPN, of course, he said, will be the team to beat. And listen, of course he thinks that. Duh. What is Bobby Wagner going to say? Well, I don't know. I don't think we're the team to beat. We're probably the 3rd or 4th best team in that division at most. No, here's the deal. Wagner is full of himself. Is he a great player? Yes, he made the all-decade team of the 2000s. One of the best, if not the best, middle linebacker in football the past 6 years, it feels like. Respect him. Respect who he is. We don't respect Seattle, though. Type boo in the comments right now if you think Bobby Wagner is wrong. So I think everybody should be typing boo right now in the comments. I just did it, too. It's ridiculous that he thinks they're the team to beat. But at the same time, I can kind of give him the benefit of the doubt because if Jimmy Garoppolo was asked who's the team to beat, he'd say San Francisco. And, of course, if Kyler Murray was asked who the team to beat, he'd say the Cardinals. And so it's just normally how it works. But still, type boo in the comment section right now, as a lot of you guys are doing. I totally agree. We are the team to beat. Probably 10, 11, 12 wins is where I'm feeling right now for our 49ers.